was they both took their musical instrument, or you can say introduced their musical instrument to the entire world. Prakhar, don't do this. To the entire world. Because percussion, drums, it was always not very important. It was never considered a prestigious musical instrument, okay? It was on the second, row, you can say. So Evelyn Glennie, she started using percussion in such a manner that the entire world started acknowledging her music, her drums, percussion, xylophone, and it became very famous. Rather, you would have read in the story that she was giving solo performances also, and she received different type of awards. Similarly, Bismillah Khan, the great Shehnai player. Shehnai, you all know that it is being played specifically during marriage ceremonies. And if you go to South India, you will see during puja, during in temples, during religious rituals. It is very auspicious to play Shehnai. So Shehnai was also limited to some areas, but it was Bismillah Khan who actually introduced Shehnai to the entire world. समझ गए? These was the similarity between Evelyn Glennie and Bismillah Khan, that they both introduced their musical instrument to the world and they became world performers. Got it? Now, if the question will come, what is similarity, what is dissimilarity, you all will write down. Fine? Okay. Now, Ustad Bismillah Khan, you all know he is known as Ustad, okay, often referred as Ustad. This title was given to him. He was an Indian musician credited with, sorry, yeah, sorry, 1 minute. No. Today the network, actually some, I don't know, maybe in my area there is some network issue. Neither Jio is working, nor another net Airtel is working. So now, so as I told you that he was an Indian musician credited with popularizing the Shehnai. Okay, Shehnai you all have heard. While the Shehnai had long held importance as a folk instrument played primarily schooled in traditional ceremonies. As I told you, when you will go through this story, then you will also come to know that Shehnai was limited, confined to some areas, very limited, okay? And but I'm telling you that it was he who elevated the status of, okay, Shehnai, and then introduced it to the world, okay? And that's why he was awarded India's highest civilian honors, the Bharat Ratna, we all know, 2001, becoming the third classical musician after Subbalakshmi and Ravi Shankar to be awarded Bharat Ratna, which was actually great prestigious award, you can say, that he got. So in this manner, Bismillah Khan was actually a renowned musician, and that's why we are going to read about his life, that how it happened. And you will see some common thing between his life and Evelyn Glennie. They both were determined. They both have that perseverance. Practice, yes, my dear children, practice makes a man perfect. If you want to practice anything, you will really achieve success in your life. So this entire lesson is about Ustad Bismillah Khan. As I told you, he was a renowned Shehnai player in India, and he is a legend. Legend because he did something which has historical significance. He played the Shehnai on the day India got independence. You all know the date. India got independence, 15th August 1947.
1947.
Yes, and the greatest thing was what, that all the great leaders, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Mahatma Gandhi, so many. I will not take. There is no limitation. Everyone was present there. So just imagine when you get to perform in a school program, annual function, how elated you feel. but if you ever get a opportunity to perform in city's town hall, again it's a great achievement, or maybe for your state. But if you have to perform nationally, just imagine how great. It's actually a big achievement. So that was the biggest milestone in his career. And before that, Bismillah was playing the Shehnai, we call auspicious, as I told you, during marriage ceremony and in the temple. So let us see how. Now, some pictures are there. I would like you to know about these musicians. Anyway, you will Google and you will find it out. Think of the Shehnai, and the first thing you will probably imagine is a wedding or a similar occasion of function. Obviously, in our North India, mostly during wedding ceremonies, Shehnai is played. Okay, and and the moment you will remember Shehnai, if you have a common knowledge, general knowledge, the next thing you will remember, that is Ustad Bis. Sorry, again it tripped for a moment. So when you will remember marriage ceremony, automatically one thing will come to your mind, that is Shehnai, and next thing will come to your mind, that is Ustad Bismillah Khan. Now see, Emperor Aurangzeb. Have you heard the name of Aurangzeb?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Who
ma'am.
was he? Who was he? Tell me.
He was a Mughal
Ma'am,
emperor.
Mughal Emperor.
Mughal, last Mughal emperor, I think. No, very
Ma'am,
brutal.
last Mughal
Yes.
emperor.
Ma'am, last Mughal emperor was Bahadur Shah Zafar.
Bahadur
Shah Zafar second.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow, very good. I thought even that it was Aurangzeb, who was very cruel, who captivated his own father Shah Jahan. Remember? Do you know this story? Who captured his own father?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, very
Yes,
good.
ma'am.
So you know little bit history. Fine. So don't sleep in my class. Nice. Whenever I'm asking question, I just want to make sure whether you are awake or not. Otherwise, it's 10:30 and you might be feeling a little lazy. But you had your science class, no? From 9 o'clock. Anyway. So now Emperor Aurangzeb banned the playing of a musical instrument called pungi. What a funny name, pungi, in the royal residence, for it had a shrill, unpleasant sound. Pungi, nowadays you would have seen the flute sellers. Have you seen in your streets? I don't know, it's very common in Patna.
Yes, ma'am.
But if you will
Yes,
go to
ma'am.
your, yes, native places and
Sometimes,
sometime, yes.
yeah, ma'am, sometimes they came here for selling out that. On that time I have seen them.
Yes. And if you will go to the smaller places like your village, you will see they are very common that they will sell different type of flutes. And not only flutes, in the fair, mela, ये सब वगैरह में तुम देखोगे something with a shrill noise. Children used to love, pungi type of instrument also is it's very popular among small kids. So Emperor Aurangzeb, he banned the playing of a musical instrument called pungi. And as you can see, if you will ever get an opportunity, see, there is a picture of pungi also, like bean. You would have seen the snake charmers. Snake charmers hote na, they used to play that. In snake charmers, samajhte ho? Sapera. So the royal residence for it had a shrill, unpleasant noise. Obviously, so you can, in a way, you can say that pungi was the predecessor of the Shehnai. That means it was later on it converted into Shehnai. Okay, a revised version. Fine. So he stopped. As we all know, that who was famous Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb. Pungi became the generic name for reeded. Sorry, children, once again it tripped for a moment, but we will not give up. No, strong will and determination we all are having. Fine. So it's small. Now look at this line. Pungi became the generic, the name given to a class or group, generic medicines you would have heard. Mohit Raj, कैमरा ऑफ कर लो बेटा, नहीं तो सारा तुम्हारा डेटा खत्म हो जाएगा. So pungi became the generic name for reeded, that is wind instrument which have reeds like flute, reeded instrument. It is there also. You can read the meaning. So it became the So any musical instrument which is made with reeds, like we have flutes, the holes, they all are classified as pungi. So pungi is a broad term for any type of instrument which uses wind to produce sound. जैसे flute भी आप बजाते हो ना, तो you will see that it uses wind to produce sound. That is why he says that pungi was the generic name. Few had thought that it would one day be revived. At that moment, when Aurangzeb simply banned it, nobody was knowing that one day this may be the revised version of Pungi will become a world-class musical instrument. किसी ने नहीं सोचा था ये जो पुंगी को मैं बैन कर रहा हूँ एक दिन ये वर्ल्ड क्लास म्यूजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट बनेगा. थोड़ा सा रिवीजन हुआ, रिवाइव किया गया उसे. ओके, बिकॉज दैट इज इंपॉर्टेंट. चेंज तो होना ही चाहिए. A barber, now see there is a very funny anecdote समझते हो, short story. A barber of a family of professional musician who had access to the royal palace decided to improve the tonal quality of the pungi. Okay, now what happened, as the pungi had unpleasant sound, okay, and it was banned also, then one day what happened, there was a barber who belonged to a family of professional musician, and obviously he wanted to play pungi, but he know that pungi, he was knowing that if Emperor Aurangzeb will come to know, as I told you, he was a very cruel Mughal emperor, that if he will come to know that he is still using pungi which has an unpleasant sound, then he will be killed or maybe whatever, punished. So he decided to improve the tonal quality, that sound quality of that pungi. And then what did he do? See, he chose a pipe with a natural hollow stem, okay, and that was longer and broader than the pungi, and made 7 holes on the body of the pipe. 7 holes is quite significant. Can you tell me why 7 holes? Who will tell me why he made 7 holes? What is the significance of 7 holes? Anyone? Yes?
Rainbow colors.
No, beta.
Saat sur.
Yes, very good answer. Who said?
Shivangi.
Shivangi, very good. That means you know a little bit about music. Music के साथ children, again it dripped. पता नहीं क्या हो रहा है, drop हो रहा है आज. Okay, so what I was telling you, सात सुर. Music के बारे में थोड़ा जानो. Music has the magical effect. You should, I know you all are music lover, but you should know little bit about it also. सात सुर, सा, re, ga, ma, pa, dha, ni. Okay, so 7 sur. That's why he made 7 holes. Very intelligent. Okay, so he chose a pipe. एक pipe लिया उसने, natural hollow stem, not longer and broader than the pungi, okay, and made 7 holes on the flute, on that pipe. When he played on it, closing and opening some of these holes, soft and melodious soft and melodious sounds were produced. Okay, now as you all, if you have ever played a flute, देखो जो real original flute होता है ना, that is very difficult to play. If you have, means like we normal person cannot even create a single sound from it, but the flute which is sold in the market for you kids, जो मैंने अभी बताया, flute sellers who roams in the streets and carrying the simple flute, there also you will see that if you want to make it musical, you have to close, एक बंद करना है, एक open करना है, then you will be able to take out a rhythm, एक सुर निकाल सकते हो. So in this manner, see, pungi कैसा लग रहा है? It looks like that दो bean होते हैं ना जो snake charmer, and then we have shehnai, very close to flute, not exactly, but yeah, it's little similar, but the sound is different. Okay, so closing, so what happened when he started playing on it, closing and opening, he found that soft and melodious sound, melody समझते हो ना, melodious sound were produced when he did like this. He played the instrument before royalty and everyone was, impressed. And then he had the guts, since he was having an access to the royal palace, means he can any moment go and meet the emperor. So he reached there and Barber played this instrument in royal court and everybody appreciated, they liked this sound. The instrument, so different from the pungi, had to give in a new name. Now it was different from pungi, so you cannot call it pungi. So the emperor and other people also, they decided to name it differently. A bada interesting socho name pada uska. As the story goes, since it was first played in the Shah's chambers, chamber mane court hota hai, and was played since it was placed in a Shah's chamber and was played by a Nai, huh? That's why they decided to give a funny name. So kya Nai? Nai mane samajh rahe ho na? Baba. The instrument was named Shehnai, blending of such a sweet words. ऐसे ही blend होते हैं ना words. The story क्या था? It was played in Shah's chamber, chamber court, and played by whom? Played by barber, जिसे हिंदी में हम नाई कहते हैं. तो इसीलिए इसका नाम क्या पड़ गया? शहनाई. Wow, nice, interesting name. The sound of the Shehnai began to be considered auspicious. Auspicious, you all know, शुभ जिसे हम लोग बोलते हैं. So as I told you that Shehnai was very auspicious instrument, musical instrument. And for this reason, it is still played in temples and is an indispensable. See, this is the new word for you. Indispensable. That means very important, without which a piece of work cannot be done. His presence was indispensable in the meeting. वहां भी हम use कर सकते हैं that his presence, because without him maybe the work will not. It is indispensable. So indispensable. See the spelling and note it down. Whenever you are writing, before writing question answers, I told you to write down the important and new words, because I want you to use it while writing down your answers. And not only question answer, but when you learn a word, I want you to use it while having a conversation. देखो बात करते वक्त में भी अगर नया word सीख रहे हो तो उसे use करो. When you are having a conversation with someone, when you are writing an article. So this is very nice word. So as for this reason, it is still played in temples and is an indispensable component of any North Indian wedding. Yes. Nowadays also, jitna bhi hum DJ baja le, jitna bhi. Okay, so, but still you will say that today also we are using Shehnai. Shehnai is being played while marriage ceremonies. Maybe not in our temples, but here in this area also we use Shehnai. In the past, the Shehnai was part of the Naubat or traditional ensemble of 9 instruments found at royal courts. Till recently, it was used only in temples and weddings. So what it is saying that now the Shehnai, obviously the Shehnai was a part of Naubat. Naubat क्या है? एक Urdu word है. It's an Urdu word that means traditional ensemble. That means a traditional group of 9 musical instruments. Okay, and these 9 musical instruments were played at the royal court, and Shehnai was also part of Naubat. तो पहले क्या होता था कि there was a obviously royal courts. They have certain rules. Not so they cannot play Shehnai all alone. अकेले नहीं Shehnai play होता था. They have 9 Naubat. They have 9 musical instruments, and Shehnai was part of one of very important part of that 9 musical instrument, and that was played in royal court. Till recently, it was used only in temples and weddings. And I told you that for maybe for many years, the Shehnai was only used. So the Shehnai was used either in the temples or in the weddings. Okay. So children, clear till The credit for bringing this instrument onto the classical stage goes to Ustad Bismillah Khan. And as I told you, what was the common thing between Evelyn Glennie and Ustad Bismillah Khan? Yes, this was and this is your answer, that it is this credit goes to Ustad Bismillah Khan, who was a legendary Shehnai player, and obviously people wanted to hear him. To whenever he was giving musical concert on national, international level, people were applauding him. People were really, so it was the way. So it was Ustad Bismillah Khan who actually popularized Shehnai, not only in our country, but in the entire world. Clear? The story is clear till now. Am I audible? Is screen visible? Raise your hands.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So we are actually time is running out. Tomorrow again, I will continue your class. SP Singh sir will not take, so I will continue your class. He's 1 minute.